Star Wars geek girls. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes
So guys, thank you for joining. This is Star Wars Geek Girl, my daughter, Shae from Elven Padawan, another wonderful podcast. And we have our special guest, Steele Saunders, who was...
Hello.
Hi, Lizzy. You're on the microphone.
Hi.
And that's Lizzy calling
Okay, hi.
So I'll let you guys start whenever you're ready.
All right, I'll start then. Hello, welcome to the Star Wars Geek Girl podcast stage podcast.
You got this, Zoe.
I'm Zoe from Star Wars Geek Girl. Here on the phone we have Lizzy, also from Star Wars Geek Girl. And we have Shae.
Hi.
She's from the Elven Padawan. We have Steele Saunders.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. We're all doing
Oh,
good.
Steele's here.
Hey Lizzy, thanks for the seat, buddy. Appreciate it.
Hi.
So, we were just going to talk about our celebration experiences so far. Because Shae, this is your first celebration. It's my second. Steele, I'm sure that number is much higher.
Not much, third.
Third,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm still a youngling.
So we're talking about that. So, you were here yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what was your day yesterday like?
My day yesterday was just being a happy little pinball ball. Just bouncing around all the stands and taking things in and bumping into people and just being happy. It was so cool. I love the story of you guys, how you sort of met online and did the podcast like a bunch of times, and then you met in Orlando, and I got to see people that like yesterday, the night before, that have done two of my friends have done like 88 podcasts together, and then on Wednesday they met. And like that's just so cool. Like the internet like kind of sucks, but it's like it's rad as well. Like, do you know what I mean? It gives as much as it taketh away. So seeing, and even like Twitter friends, I'm from Australia but I live in LA, so I've got like these two sets of like Star Wars friends, and so they've sort of melded on Facebook and on Twitter, and just seeing those people meet each other. And I'll get upset. You make me cry on the podcast, which it's not the first time she's made me cry on the podcast. But yeah, just seeing them, how happy they are to see each other, and like how like this silly film that like this like weird dude made like 42 years ago, like brought us all together. And despite like the world is like crazy at the moment, and just to see how like happy people are out there, and not about like things like about getting merch and stuff, but like just like seeing their friends or like meeting people for the first time. It's really cool. I'm uplifted. Is everyone else uplifted? Yeah. What about you, Lizzy? You uplifted?
Lizzy? She's still there.
Yes?
Are you uplifted?
What?
She's not paying attention, clearly. Lizzy, are you uplifted by everything? I don't know.
Yes?
Who would have thought just putting a phone on speakerphone next to a microphone wouldn't work out well?
I wish I was actually there to roast Steele, but that's okay.
Can we put her on mute for a sec? There's this horror film, they may have remade it, but in the 80s called When a Stranger Calls, and at the end this guy is like prank calling this girl babysitting, and it turns out the phone, like the call's coming from inside the house, and there's like a famous line, it's like, it's coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
Like I feel like at the end of this podcast someone will say, the call's coming from inside the podcast.
Lizzy is actually...
And Lizzy's like under the table or something.
Yeah.
Not
Lizzy,
Star Wars, Steele.
Lizzy, are you under the table?
Yes, of course. You found me.
I'm currently looking under the table with you.
So yeah, I mean, kind of what you were saying about like seeing people meet each other. Like just a little earlier, I saw 3 Ahsokas And they just met each other, and they all just freaked out and got like so happy. And I don't know if they knew each other or not already, you know, because it's just random people to me. But it was just kind of cool to see people just like, oh, you like Ahsoka, and they just started talking, and it was just really cool.
Yeah, I think that's the funnest thing. Like for normal people, like we're not normal, but like people like down the street, like working and stuff, like this whole thing is ridiculous. And when people find out, like, oh, you got to line up to get this, and it's like, yeah, but lining up some of the best bits. That's where like you meet friends, and like I met like so many, like for the Force Awakens line at Comic-Con, like when we had to sleep out, that was like, it sounds like the worst thing ever, like to pretend you're homeless for a day in San Diego, but it's like the happiest 24 hours of my life, and I made so many friends doing it. So yeah, I just like how silly we are, and it sort of pays off.
Shae, have you seen anything like that?
I mean, it's been really cool to see a lot of cosplayers and people who are into, because like I don't really know anybody who in real life who's as into Star Wars as I am. Like, you know, my sisters like it and all, but to see a lot of other cosplayers dressed up and to see people as into it and really excited about it, it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun.
Drop my elbows, I'm sorry.
What's sort of been like to walk, is this your first one, to walk in and see it all, like what sort of blew you away the most?
It was really overwhelming. It was like, I told my dad, I was like, I kind of want to lay on the floor and just soak it up because I don't really know what to do. I just want to like, yeah. Because I've watched the live streams before.
I did that.
Yeah, we did lay on the floor. I think there's pictures of us just laying on the floor. I think we were near the Legos last celebration in Orlando. We were just kind of just laying there.
I think I laid on the floor of my hotel room at about 3 this morning and soaked it up. So.
Yeah, it's been really cool. I've even had like some people, like I'm just walking and they're like, oh, you're the Sabine with the podcast, right? And I was like, yeah. I don't know how you picked me out of all the other Sabines, but yeah.
They asked every other Sabine.
Yeah, every single Sabine. They just waited for one to say yes.
I saw a Sabine before, and I was like, I had to wait for her to turn around and find out if it was true or not. And they're staring, and I'm like, oh. Wrong season Sabine.
Yeah.
What did you think of the mural? Like with the live action like Rebels characters.
I loved it. It was like at first I was like, that's not Kanan, but like it is. It's just like that's how he would look like in real life. It's just like there was a moment of like, well, he's animated. He's not real, but you know. Then like once I like.
How dare you?
No, but then once I got over that a little bit. I'm like, oh, that looks amazing. You know, that's exactly how they would look in real life. It's just getting used to them not being cartoons.
Okay.
Did you notice how they didn't humanize Zeb, though?
No, they didn't, which is probably for the best.
Yeah.
I did, one thing that bothers me, and you probably didn't even notice, Ezra has his long hair.
Dude, I'm getting gay hair.
Yeah. No, but Ezra has his long hair, but it's season 3, like outfit kind of thing.
I didn't notice either. People on Twitter were pointing it out. I was like, oh, yeah.
I like keeping track of that dude's haircuts is not on my
He has
priority.
one haircut.
But I was in tears to see Lizzy's dad complaining about it. Like it's the wrong weapon to hairstyle. And I was just like, if that's in your top 1,000 problems in life, things are going pretty smooth. But I was disappointed because it was very interesting to see how they looked in real life. Like Ezra, bit of a hottie. I did not know that. But how did you feel about her, like Sabine not, like I would have loved to have seen what she looked like. Like it'd be good if like the mural had like a removable helmet option. Like lenticular, like if you move, like do you guys have lenticular, like do you know what lenticular rulers are? Like, oh man, when I was little, there was like a Return of the Jedi one, and like the ships battled, and it was like an iPad. Like, I'd be at school, like making it jiggle up and down, and it was tremendous.
No, I mean, I don't know, I like it with the helmet. I don't know, I like her with the helmet.
So you're pro helmet?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know why? Because you don't want to see her face, because you want to pretend it's you.
Perhaps. No, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Have they revealed the episode 9 part of it?
They
yet?
haven't. I thought they would have by now. I guess it'll be revealed tomorrow.
Yeah, I
I
think
thought I saw it. I don't know. That was on a website, but it was just
Every
great.
website is always
And stuff.
accurate, right, Lizzie?
What?
Because every website's always accurate, right?
Of course, actually, Constable Zulio's under there. Surprise.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was definitely accurate.
I thought your dad taught you to stay off spoiler websites, Lizzie.
I don't know.
The one thing that the mural doesn't have is a resistance section.
Oh,
Which I
that's
kind of
true.
wish it would have had. But also, I feel like resistance people would look really weird in live action, which I guess I would have said that about Rebels too. But like, because the lighting's more like cellular and not as smooth, so I feel like it would just look very different.
Where would you place the resistance?
Right before Force Awakens.
But it goes after it as well.
Yeah, but it starts before it.
They
Okay.
could have like a little border along the bottom of all the moving.
Yeah, just in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, just behind like all the Last Jedi stuff.
So yeah, that's the mural. What else? Have you bought anything?
I did. I just bought my Hasbro little Black Series.
Ooh.
So I rushed down there, and it's great. And these are so cool because, like, these were like the reproductions of the little ones,
Yeah.
like the 3 3/4 inches. So this is so rad for me because now they're like the size, like comparatively to me, when I was little.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
like I've gotten bigger,
And so.
and so's the figure. So we're like in sync. So it's like to scale. Like I think that's like kind of rad. So yeah, I got that. That's my purchase.
Yeah.
That's it.
All I've gotten is the Her Universe. I got the Ahsoka pullover, and then also the Hera pullover. And I'm gonna try and get into the Celebration store tomorrow, but there's a line, so yeah.
Dude, it's not about getting into the Celebration store. It's about getting out. People like it's like a 3-hour checkout or something. It's crazy. It's they should have. It would be a really bad idea if it's self-checkout. I don't know.
There would be so much shoplifting.
That's why I'm suggesting it.
Shae, have you bought anything at all today?
We bought these lanyards.
Oh, those lanyards?
And we got lunch, which
And
was
lunch.
important.
Lunch is very important.
The most expensive thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. We skipped lunch yesterday, so it's probably good that you ate it.
I give you a suggestion, Shae. Lunch is better if you don't keep it as a collectible.
I would think so, maybe.
Just don't keep it minted package. Just rip it open and enjoy it. That's good advice, isn't it? Lizzie? No.
Yeah, Lizzie, you're the food person.
What did I do?
Is it better to open lunch or keep it as a collectible?
I don't know. I open everything, right? That's my thing.
Lizzie, this went way better in rehearsal. What about, I still don't know the title of episode 9.
You don't?
No, I know what words are in it, but I can't remember the order. Is it The Skywalker Rises?
Rise of the Skywalker. Or
Rise of
I think it says Rise of Skywalker.
The
No, it
Rise
does-
of the
it's-
Skywalker.
Or The Rise of the Skywalker.
I know it starts with a the.
Yeah, The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay, great. So I do stuff for like TV back home in Australia, and so I interviewed J.J. Abrams after the title came out, and in my head I'm like, I can't remember what the movie was. I just went with episode 9. So it's The Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker. Okay, good. I'm so happy because I so wanted like the word Skywalker to be in the title.
Yeah.
Like yay for Skywalker in the title.
Yeah.
Okay, any boos? Just one guy chuckling. What a joke.
Has everyone in here seen the trailer? Yeah. Anyone know? Anyone hasn't? No, got one guy who hasn't seen it.
Leave.
No.
Dude, now you know how I feel dealing with it. Tough. The bit where Kylo Ren's TIE fighter is coming along the desert and she's just like looking and she sort of doesn't need even to look to know it's there and she does that. Dude, you should have just seen it. So I was just like, but when she does the flip thing, like that was invigorating. I have to say, I'm very excited to see what happens like in that scene, or even if like, is it real? Like, is it?
That's exactly what I thought when I saw that scene. I was like, is that like really gonna happen? Because I don't know if that's how well it's gonna work for either of them.
Yeah,
It's just not a very efficient way to fight.
Well, cause it's
I like the Rogue One trailer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. Like in Australia, that's how we fight. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, so like one person stands at one end, right, with like a cricket bat, which is like an Australian baseball bat, and then the other person just like sits in a car and just drives, and we just try to like flip. We've lost a lot of good friends doing it. But what are you gonna do, huh? Don't judge our culture.
So let me ask you, you guys think she's gonna attack that tie, or is she like hitching a ride on it?
She looked pretty attacking. I mean, if she was hitching a ride, I don't know why her lightsaber would be out.
Yes, I am.
I reckon she's gonna land in the cockpit on his lap, and they're just gonna start making out.
No.
I think you should leave.
Dude, you wanna go get a drink? Commiserate getting kicked out of the podcast.
Yeah, all right. So yeah. I don't
What about that? Do you think that Death Star is on Endor, and Endor's a bit ruined?
Maybe. Then all the Ewoks are dead.
Dude, that's my whole thing. Romba, Pablo, Wicket. Are you cheering the death of Ewoks? Hey, to quote the Sabines, leave. Dude, you're dead inside. Yeah, I'm worried about the Ewoks. I feel like that must be Endor.
Maybe.
I just hope they're cool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just hope they're alright. Because that little Ewok, you know, one that gets patted, like he'll be all grown up now. And I hope.
What is the lifespan of an Ewok? That's the real question. Do they live long like Wookiees, or are they like dogs that's like 12 years and then they're done?
Oh wow.
I'm sorry.
Dude, that was hot. Go on with that. Yeah, I don't know. No, they're super old. They're really old because on, I get to plug my podcast now. On my podcast, Steele Wars, I interviewed Eric Walker, who played Mace Tuwani in the Ewok adventure films, right? And he said it was set like 200 years later or something.
Oh, really?
Like that's what they were told. Which is weird because that means like Wicket's been a kid. He's living my dream. That's why I'm at a Star Wars convention and pretend I can be a kid for 200 years. But yeah. So yeah, they lived really long. So stop being mean.
Okay. Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I can't remember if it was Battlefront 1 or Battlefront 2, but I know one had a map where you fought on Endor, I think after the Empire had fallen, and it was pretty messed up there. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
It was pretty burned
I think it was
up.
Battlefront 2 because that would be the campaign.
Yes.
So yeah, there's Ewoks. I want to talk about Dio because he is so cute. Y'all saw him with the little wheel and then the head. I don't know. I just think he's adorable.
I think it's pretty.
Is the Lego droid?
The Lego droid?
Yeah, the new droid. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like Legos.
What sort of Lego do you have? How are you it came out though that was pretty cool. Like I remember when I didn't get to go to Celebration Anaheim. I just watched it on the live stream back in Australia. And when BB-8 came out that first time, like I thought that was just amazingly magical. Like the fact that, because when you saw him in the trailer that first time, it's like a robot could never do that. Like I didn't even think it was like, like in Star Wars when you're like, no, that doesn't seem logical. Like it doesn't seem plausible and that. And it's like, well, Green Puppet did lift the ship out of the swamp. So like, but yeah, that was one of those things where it's like, it just doesn't seem right that it could balance. And the fact that they made it in real life, like I felt shut down as a critic. But it was just quite mesmerizing. And yeah, to have that new one come out, as like JJ sort of said, that they sort of built it for Celebration. But so what's his caper?
I don't know. Maybe he's a First Order spy.
Come on.
He's gonna get on the Falcon and like self-explode, and that's the end of the movie. Okay.
What's your controversial YouTube channel called? The thing that like sucks about him, that I think, if I was a little kid and it was coming out, is I would lose that figure in 30 seconds. Like I can never keep stuff. So I grew up when, there was a Christmas, I had like one Star Wars Christmas that I remember, and I got like Princess Leia Bausch, and I lost that helmet like within 20 seconds of opening it. I was not the person that like kept all the weapons, so I worry about that figure just like disappearing.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Just disappearing.
My
Dio's disappearing.
Oh, nice.
He goes, adios.
Dude, that deserved way more. She only found out that was a call that today. She's doing puns already. That's good. I have to, even though you are my schoolyard bully, I have to consider it. That was a pretty good one. What about that Emperor's laugh at the end?
That like, I don't know, like when I was watching I didn't fully like comprehend it, because, and as anyone who knows me will know, the minute before the trailer started, I was a sobbing mess. And I just, Lizzy knows. And that kept up through the entire trailer, and the Emperor laughed, and I was like, I thought it was someone in the audience laughing. I was like, who's laughing? What's going on? And then on the screen, and then Ian McDiarmid walks out, and I was like, wait a minute, what's he doing here? And I was
why does that guy at the back find it so funny?
Yeah. I was just so confused. And then they played it again, and then the Emperor laughed, and I kind of put it all together then, and then I just started crying more. So yeah, that was...
Well, we got here too late to actually get into the actual panel. We won the lottery thing to get into the overflow room, but we got here too late because we got stuck in Chicago traffic. So we just caught the end of the panel on the screen at the Star Wars Show Live. So we heard some of the dialogue, but not all of it. So I don't think I heard the Emperor laugh. So I just saw the screen go black, and I was like, that's the best teaser. And then there's Ian McDiarmid on the stage. I was like, wait a minute, what's he doing there? Something's not right.
And I loved, I'm not sure if people, did anyone watch the live stream of it? Could you see Ian McDiarmid on that?
Yeah, because I was on the Galaxy stage and they were playing the live stream and I saw it.
Cool. Because I was sort of like, when it was revealed it was him, which felt like about 4 hours before he spoke, I was just like, whoa. I also thought, have I shut down the idea of Palpatine coming back on Twitter? And I was like, should I search my Twitter feed now and start deleting tweets? Cover my tracks. But so I feel like there's going to be some screenshots. But where Howie said, it was sort of like, oh my God, he's here. And then I can't remember the exact words. But
he said, play it again.
Yeah, play it again. I thought that was a pretty sweet mic drop. Whoever wrote that line was on point.
Yeah. Another thing I would talk about in that panel was that really, and it wasn't one of the reveals or anything, it's just something that really struck me, was the outpouring of love that Kelly got when she was acknowledged by Stephen Colbert.
Mm-hmm.
And just like an eruption of just like chanting and cheers. That just like, that struck me a lot because, you know, she was a victim of harassment for like over a year now. And so,
She deserves it.
yeah, she definitely deserved it.
It's like me with these two. I was very proud of us as a group of people for that. Like I definitely, especially when it became, like it was up to her, like she was sort of like doing questions to everyone and just like the outpouring sort of, yeah, it was really cool. And just to see her, I thought it was really nice that we made her cry for the right reasons because I feel like people have made her cry for the wrong reasons. And yeah, I was just proud of like Star Wars fans for that.
Yeah, and I mean, I have to wonder, she was probably nervous coming here, considering the harassment she got after, you know, for being in Star Wars from people who call themselves Star Wars fans. So she was probably scared to like, I'm going on stage in front of a bunch of people, some of them, you know, who in her mind she feels like that those people are the ones harassing her.
Yeah.
So to like, I feel like to get that support and to show her that she's very much welcome there, I think that was really important.
Yeah, it was. I think it was good for her, and it was good like for people that are less than kind, like online. It's good for them to sort of go, like you can't set like the agenda of like no one likes this actress, no one likes this character, because like we do. Like she got the biggest like crowd pop out of anyone. And yeah, I thought that was really cool. It's like actually one of my favorite things, and it was like one of the things I was like really looking forward to because I trusted us to be cool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my trust has been tested in the past year, you guys. So I was really thrilled, and I think like a similar thing that I cannot wait for is like Ahmed Best.
Is he going to be at the 20th anniversary?
Yeah, and I think it's going to be like cathartic for Star Wars fans as like a whole being together as like a group, like a Borg group, because like I feel that like a lot of fans that are like normal fans would maybe like back then when Phantom Menace came out was sort of like a bit harsh on like Jar Jar Binks or Ahmed Best and kind of didn't realize that sort of energy like had an effect, like it did, like that negativity that you're pushing out, and maybe like that whole trope of like the angry nerd, like the nerd that's like hyper about it, like I love it or you hate it. Like sometimes you can just go, not for me, but like that person next to me seems to be enjoying it, and I think it's going to be like just a really good thing for fans, for him, and I would, hopefully one day we get to like welcome Jake Lloyd back as well. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I mean, because even last Celebration, Hayden Christensen came back, and he was a victim, not as much as Ahmed Best, obviously, but he was definitely a victim of a lot of hatred from people. And so him coming back, he was received very warmly.
Yeah.
But he's back this year, isn't he? So must have felt welcome again.
Yeah, well, I am fingers crossed, hoping he felt welcome on the set of episode 9 when he films his Ghost Anakin scenes, because that is I want Ghost Luke chatting with Ghost Anakin. I just want to know what would Anakin Skywalker say? Like, what mood is he in?
Yeah.
Like, he seemed like in a decent mood last time we saw him, but I've seen him at other times where he was like a bit unsavory. So I can't imagine what he would say. So I hope that like someone that's far more creative than I gets to show me like what that character's like, where they're at. So I really hope that. Have you got like anything in like episode 9 that you like dying to see?
I mean, I would love to see Anakin back as a ghost or even a flashback or vision or something. I'm excited to see what they do with Carrie Fisher's footage and how they tie that in, because I'm really glad they don't just try to be like, oh, Leia died between movies, okay, we're just gonna move on. Like they're still finding a way to include Leia in that, and that makes me happy. I'm really looking forward to that.
And that scene they had with like Ray hugging her and like the tear, which was, you know, a bit much. And then, you know, I was like, don't encourage me. But it seemed to be done like, you know, I've only got to watch it a few times, but it looked.
It was very well cut together.
Yeah.
I can't, as someone who's like learning After Effects and Premiere and like getting into all that stuff, I can't even imagine how much time that took, because that's a lot to cut together. So yeah, I'm definitely really impressed with it. Cause I think that was one thing I was worried, because when I heard they were using Force Awakens footage, I was glad they weren't doing CGI or recasting. But I was also like, is that gonna look natural enough? And it definitely did.
What about you, Lizzy? Have you got like an episode 9 hope and dream? Do you hope that the ghost of Anakin Skywalker cosplays as Sabine?
I want to see. I guess I find it really funny seeing Kylo Ren putting his helmet together because he was just such a crybaby. And then he's like, "Oh no, but I really like this helmet. I'm gonna put it back together. I'm sorry."
He's like, it's like a little kid, like when they break something and then they're fixing it and they're just like all guilty and they're like,
Yeah.
Listen to these two. Like some people don't have their dad to make them a new helmet.
I've never broken a helmet, so.
And that's why you don't stab your dad.
The fact that he's using red glue or something is kind of funny to me.
Yeah, it's like
he's
like doing his like DIY tutorial like for YouTube. He's like, all right, so first you want to put the line right here.
Sick glue, bro. Maybe it's Kyber glue.
Kyber glue. I mean, it's just like normal glue with
It's
like.
what he used for his face.
I do. I honestly. I think the fact that he's filling in the cracks with like a red stuff is just very fitting because he's very like, well, you know, I could just glue it together normal, but
No.
I could be edgy, so.
It could be dramatic.
I want to see like that scene where he's gluing it together and then he like glues his finger to it and then he glues like that and he's like, I will finish what I started.
Well, he goes to fight Ray and he's like this and she's just like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I glued my hand to my helmet.
I learned how to fight with one hand because I had to. Or
Hey,
he could use it as a weapon, just pull it off his head and just like,
Or he could just leave his glove stuck to his
yeah, just have a glove stuck to it.
Lizzy, just for you at home, Zoe was just like acting out Kylo lightsabering with his hand stuck to his head.
I heard.
It was quite a visual. And then a little thing that I was sort of just like walking down the street or getting blown down the street. I was windsurfing down the street. It's like, we get it. We get where you got the little slogan from. Chill out. Like, but it just hit me. I was like, oh my god, that was the Yavin medal in it as well.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm just there.
I wonder, is that Leia's, is that Luke's, or is that Han's?
It's not Chewie's.
Wasn't there a canon story that his like got smashed or something and that's why he doesn't have
We'll
one?
get Kylo to glue it
No,
together.
it was in a comic. He gives it to the little girl in the comics, in the Chewbacca comics.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Boom.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, is she holding her own medal, and is it like thinking back to the days of the rebellion? Is she holding Han's medal and remembering him? Is she holding Luke's medal and remembering him?
Well, she didn't have a
All
medal.
three of them.
She didn't have a medal.
She was
it's
the
either
medal
Han or
giver.
Luke's. Right.
Yeah.
She was either Han's or Luke's.
Yeah.
And I wonder whose. I mean, I feel like most likely it's Han, just because I feel like she'd have more like access to that since she was married for so long, and like she'd have his stuff, where Luke kind of like went off to his island, you know?
And
Or
Han
she
said-
formed all of them together into one.
with glue. I'd say it's Hans because he seems like the sort of dude that would like keep those sort of trophies around, like in the Falcon, and Luke would sort of go, nah.
Luke
it's
threw
in
it
He
in
probably
the river.
lost it.
Yeah. And then in the, it wasn't in the trailer, I don't think, but in like the opening, when they were just talking, and they showed the blockade runner with all the vines on it and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I'm trying to work. I don't know. Like, do you think? All right. So definitely the Death Star, right? So it could be like Yavin 4.
Yeah.
And that would explain why the blockade runner's like there with vines on it.
Yeah.
Because they may have just like left it there after A New Hope.
And that would be interesting too, because it's post-Homeworld. So to go back to that and have a parallel of like Leia, like with Alderaan being destroyed, and maybe Poe goes back to Yavin 4 and it's kind of messed up. He's like, well, I was born here. Like, what's going on? You know?
I was born here. You're going to die here. It's a quote from one of those movies. You know? Not the time or the place, sorry.
So like I'm kind of thinking the whole Yavin 4 had like a rebellion colony there for survivors of the rebellion and their families. So I'm curious, in the epilogue of Rebels, we see Hera and Jason flying somewhere with a lot of trees, and it doesn't look like Ryloth. Like my dream that won't happen, but I wish it could happen, is that they run into an older Hera and Jason living there.
I mean, that could be just like a little tiny...
in the background.
Yeah. Like in
That would
like
be awesome.
Chopper in Rogue One.
That would be awesome. It probably won't happen, but it would be awesome.
Be cool to see maybe if Poe's dad is there,
That would be cool.
because that would make sense. Like
Because his mom died when he was like 7?
Yeah, 7 or 8, I think. His dad could be there.
What about if Poe's dad's dad was there? We get to meet Grandpa. I'm really tired.
Yeah, so we didn't see any really Rose in the trailer. I don't think. I can't remember. At least we didn't see that picture of her when they were talking, and it was Rose and Rey.
Yeah, no Rose. And then the other thing.
And Jana wasn't in the trailer. Is it Jaina or Jana? Naomi Ackie's character.
Yeah, I don't.
She wasn't in the trailer either.
Yeah, but we had that photo of her.
That photo of her is really cool.
Yeah. It was very like bold. Very exciting. And then you've got like all the new characters that we haven't even like TV's Felicity. We haven't seen her yet.
Oh right, I heard Matt Smith was cut, so I don't know.
Is that what happened with that?
I heard he was in, and then I heard his scene got cut or something. I don't know what.
I think I kind of just assumed the fandom collectively decided he was in it, and he's like, where did that come from? I'm not in it.
I don't know.
I don't know what happened.
I think she's the wisest person on the podcast.
I have no idea what happened there, but I was just like,
I don't know.
And what's his name? So you got Kerry Russell. We haven't seen her yet. This is the worst reference. The you all everybody guy. Dominic Monaghan. Is it Dominic Monaghan? Is that the name?
I don't know how
Yeah. Thank you. From Lost.
Oh.
Yeah. So we haven't seen like him at all.
He was from Lord of the Rings, that's what I know.
Do you know who we didn't hear a thing about? Hux.
Yeah.
We didn't hear a single thing about him or see anything.
Yeah, the amount of joy I get out of like hearing the thud of his chin hitting the ground at the start of The Last Jedi, it's so sweet.
Yeah, I wonder how much of a role he'll have, because he didn't really do much in 7 besides like give like his Nazi speech. But then in 8 he had a bigger role, and I thought he was hilarious in 8. But then now we don't know what he's gonna do.
And what about Lando too?
Lando was in the trailer. Lando flying the Falcon brought me so much joy.
He's got like his solo outfit.
Yeah, he does have
a
a solo outfit, and I love it.
That concerns me, right? Because like it's cool, it ties in and stuff, but I don't know, man. If you're wearing the same fashion like 50 years later, like it's just like, nah, I don't know, man. Move with the times. I like General Lando in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
With the cape and like the little gun holster. That's pretty tight. But it was so cool to see him with Chewie and just like having a good time going into hyperspace. I was like, that's some good Star Wars. That's good.
Yeah. I'm
just wondering how he's going to react to Solo's death.
Yeah, I wonder if he knows. Because what we don't know is if he's like by 9, if he's like already established, like kind of with the Resistance. It's like, oh, here's Lando, he's hanging out with us, or if they're gonna like find him in 9. And so if he's already with the Resistance, someone's probably already mentioned like, oh yeah, Han died. But if they find him during the movie, are we going to see that scene?
I would, whether or not he might know already, like just like someone might have texted him or something. But I don't like he won't be with the Resistance or like with them at the start. Like he has to like, you know, that's like a big moment of the film, like the Chewie way home, you know, sort of like introduction. And I think it was in the panel that JJ was saying that his first day on set was like a big crowd scene sort of thing.
Yeah. So
and then like it all
they probably
sort of,
go like pick him up.
Yeah, or like he comes out. Like I really want like one of those scenes where everyone's. All my ideas for Star Wars are just like scenes from old movies, like redone. But like that bit in Return of the Jedi where it's like, I need a command crew. And then Chewie's like, I don't want to vouch for you. And then Luke walks in and goes, I'm with you too. Like, like to me, that's what Star Wars is about. Is like, I'm with you too. Like when you're like just on the brink that you've got like someone to like, you know, buzz Darth Vader out of the way. And
like that Rogue One moment when Jyn, you know, that Cassian and everyone says they're going to go with her.
Yeah. Like I love that, like just coming in at the last minute and helping out. And I just, I hope that's like part of Lando's like. Yeah,
I wonder if he's sort of like, because you know when he was, you know, with Cloud City, and I think even in the Aftermath books and in Last Shot, he seemed to be kind of reestablishing Cloud City. So I wonder if we'll be going back to Cloud City, and if the crowd scene is a whole bunch of Cloud City people, and like maybe Leia, Rey, Poe, Finn, whoever, is like, hey Lando, can you come help us out? It's like that kind of moment.
We get to see more Ugnaughts. That'd be good.
Yeah. We get to see another Wilbur Hood.
I was gonna say, like
maybe there's like a Hood and a Hood Junior.
Hood Junior. What? Like he's like cleaning up and trying to rebuild it, and you see like so he's like cleaning up and then redoing it, and you see Wilbur Hood like walking back in with his ice cream maker, just like setting it back up again and getting to go.
It would be best if the ice cream maker's like in one of those baby slings, kind of like he's been walking around with all these years.
He's been carrying it around for the past 30 years.
Yes.
Oh my God! Speaking of babies, like that photo of Jonas
and his son
holding up his son. Oh my God!
Are you gonna do that with Harrison?
Yeah, I've got like a 6-month-old boy, and seeing him hold up his son, like I was a bit moved. Yeah.
Marty walked in just as we were talking about Chewie, which Marty has a Chewie costume. It's pretty great. So yeah, I'm excited about Chewie flying with Lando.
Dude, as far as Chewie costumes go, that blue hoodie is not that is not 501st approved, surely.
No.
I do have one quick question. Do you guys think we'll get a reference or any sort of connection to L3? Because she's supposedly still in the Falcon. See, and I would love it if we did, because I liked her.
If Lando wasn't wearing his solo outfit, I'd say no. But because he's wearing the solo outfit, that makes me think, are we gonna have that scene? No, but because now it's like showing that they're tying it directly to solo.
Yeah.
So like, are we gonna get a scene where he like walks back into the Falcon for the first time in like 30 years, and he just kind of like says like, "Oh, hi, L3." You know,
I kind of like it if he like goes to walk in and the door immediately slams on his face. And it's like, yeah, she's still here.
That would be I'm picturing that scene now. And now if it's not in the movie, I'm gonna be disappointed. Thanks, Shae.
Or that gun turret comes down just as like he's walking past.
Just like every time he tries to do anything with the Falcon, it just keeps malfunctioning. He's like, come on.
Hey guys, my dad wants to say hi real quick.
Sal Perales is joining the show, everybody.
Hello?
Hello.
What's going on?
We're talking about episode 9.
Are you talking about episode 9? Are you guys doing a podcast right now?
Yeah, that's what we've been doing.
Oh, that sounds cool. That sounds like fun.
Do you have anything you'd like to plug, Sal?
Right on, man. Well, I'm glad. Have fun. Right. Oh, Skywalker.
Yeah. What time is it? Are we running out of time?
Yeah, we're
There's like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
or
we're
something.
okay. So yeah, we can talk more about episode 9, I guess, later. But yeah, thank you to everyone who showed up.
Make sure everyone knows we're plugged.
Yes, okay, I know. So you can find me and Lizzy on Star Wars Geek Girl usually every week on SoundCloud and iTunes and any other places. Is it on Google Play? All the podcast places. And you can follow us on Twitter at SW Geek Girl. We're on Facebook, Star Wars Geek Girl. I think that's everything. Shae?
Okay, so my podcast is on iTunes and SoundCloud and also on my website. The podcast is called The Elven Padawan, from Airborne to Echo Base. And the website is www.theelvenpadawan, or just elvenpadawan.com. And there hasn't been anything new going on for a while because there's this thing called high school and it's trying to swallow me. And also I'm on Twitter at Elven Padawan, and you can find me on there. And maybe one day I'll come back and start actually being regular with the podcast again.
I do a podcast called Steele Wars, and I interview people about Star Wars, and I'll be doing my blog pod, sort of like an audio diary throughout the show. And coming up on the pod, we've got interviews with like all the cast of The Last Jedi and stuff, and that'll be on YouTube as well. And it's at Steele Wars on Twitter and all the social media. And I just want to say to Zoe and Lizzy, thanks for having us on the show. I really appreciate it. It's really cool.
It was fun. It's always nice to meet the adult men you cyberbully in person.
But next time, bring Harrison.
Okay. That's a better mic drop than you. Well done.
Thank you so much to everyone that came. It's been fun. Thank you to Steele and Shae for being on.
Thank you for inviting us.
You know, this was easier since I can't see everyone in the room.
Yeah, thanks to Lizzy for calling in, even though she was apparently, as in her words, shoving pizza into her face a few moments before. Yeah, thank you, everybody.
No one needed to know that.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Cheers, everyone. Oh, and if anyone wants, I got some stickers. If anyone wants any stickers, come and say hey. Cheers.
Star Wars Geek Girls. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.
Thank you, Lizzy.
Yeah.
Is that for me?
Yeah, it's for you.
These are so cool. Where'd you get these?
Hey, Father. Father Air.
Yeah. I don't
Hey.
know where one of these is gone.
It's right here.
It was
Oh, okay.
it flew over there. All right. Thank you so much.
Good job, you killed it.
Thank you. Are you guys? Yeah.
Hi, Zoe.
Thank you.
Nerves.
All right, Lizzy. Okay, she hung up.
I have buttons for my show. If you want to put them on the table or whatever. No, they came in literally like.
Here's Steele's armor. Did you stop this recording? Yeah. Hey, did you stop this recording or not?
Record now.
Steele Saunders.
Here, you got your seat. You can sit right behind here.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Zoe.
Hello.
Zoe, I'm gonna put you on 2.
You're gonna put me on 2?
Yeah, that way
Okay.
they can keep track of what's actually. How's it labeled, Steve? Left or right? So that's 1. We're gonna do Lizzy on 2.
Okay.
Kai,
She would
you're on
call.
3. So they are in order. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All right.
What are we going to be talking about?
Yeah, what are we talking about? Hi, I'm Steele.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm Shae. I was on the Skype group that you got dropped into like a week ago.
What was that?
Alright, Lizzy doesn't call in 1 minute. I'm calling her. We can talk about 9. Talk about how celebration's going so far.
Okay.
You know?
Mostly sore feet.
We'll figure it out. Surprisingly, this is more preparation than me and Lizzy had. So.
Oh, it's more preparation than I've ever had. So.
Oh, now Steele, we can wearing armor.
Yeah, we do some Sabines.
Yeah, dude, I'll rock it.
Season 1, you don't really know the game. Here. Those can help you duct tape it on. Did you bring the duct tape? All the tape? Oh, okay. You don't have any tape. So, well, you can wear We didn't bring our duct tape. We're almost there. Wear the helmet.
How does that other just sit there like that? Where's my helmet?
Well, see, this doesn't
Extra helmets.
this doesn't match. This is season 3, but I don't think you particularly.
He wouldn't care.
Okay, so we're probably about ready to start, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
We got 1 minute.
I'm calling